Welcome to a new video. This will be an instructional video regarding a trip to China, some advice, some tips. We'll try to answer as many questions as possible.
Keep in mind that China is a very different country from most because it's a closed country and it's a different world. So the apps we're used to using in Italy aren't available in China, and you have to use different apps, different payment methods, and even some alternative ways of getting around.
Let's start by saying that China isn't as big as Italy, but it's as big as Europe. Traveling from one place to another requires time and proper transportation. Don't worry, because we've experienced firsthand that traveling from Beijing to Shanghai takes 3 hours by plane. But in the end, it's very simple. How do you get from Rome to London, from London to Berlin, from Berlin to Paris? It may seem difficult, but it's actually doable. That's why we're here.
The main ways to get around in China are by plane and by train.
These are the two essential means of transportation that you absolutely need to take. To organize a trip to China, you need one main app, which is trip.com. With this app, you can book trains, you can book flights, and you can book hotels.
As for trains in particular, train tickets are issued a week or just a few days before departure. Exactly. For you, through trip.com, you book your ticket and then the app will purchase it for you a few days before. So before you leave, make sure that
the tickets have been purchased, so you don't miss them. With
the ticket that's issued, you'll already see the carriage number and your seat, so you can be sure that your reservation is confirmed and you have your ticket.
Another thing we recommend before leaving is to take a good week of probiotics. Make sure they're probiotics, not lactic ferments. This will help improve your gut flora and also help you handle the spicy and unique foods in China. We started taking them a week before and we're still taking them.
We'll keep taking them for another week as well.
Exactly, and we haven't had any problems, thank goodness.
The food you can find in China is completely different from what you find in Italy. It's not really about cleanliness, let's not get into that, but the food is just entirely different. These are foods that our bodies are not used to processing or handling. So you might have some problems if your body isn't strong enough.
Let's get to our experience. Which cities did we see? So we saw Beijing, then we moved to Chengdu, the city of pandas, by plane. Then we went to Chongqing by train.
2 hours by train.
From Chongqing. We took a 6-hour train ride to Zhangjiajie, which is the national park. And from Zhangjiajie, we took a 2-hour flight all the way to Shanghai. Everything was simple and went well. You can
see everything that happened and the experiences we had, even with the trains in the previous videos.
To travel between cities, you take the train or plane based on your schedule.
Consider your preferred tour and plan your timing accordingly. And anyway, even to take a train in China, you need to go to the station 2 hours early. It's a bit like taking a plane.
Our advice is to go an hour early. There's no need to be there 2 hours before for the train. The checks are very, very quick and you get through smoothly. And
your ticket will always be everywhere. Your passport, with what's inside the application, you'll need to enter it. Basically, you make sure of everything. I mean, you can rest assured that you can take the train, take the plane, and also have experiences within China.
Let's talk transportation. How do you get around cities? If you live in Milan, Rome, or other big cities, you already know there are two ways: taxi or Didi, which is the same thing, or the subway. The subway is super simple. Every city has its own subway app, and the nice thing is that the apps are pretty much all the same. Depending on the city you're in, download that city's subway app. If
instead you want to get around in a different way, maybe because the subway isn't convenient, especially if you need to go to the airport, or even to get to a place where the subway might not reach, you can use an app called Didi. We used it for 2 weeks and had a great experience. It was just as he described. Uber, so you give them the final location. The app finds you an available driver. They come pick you up and take you where you need to go. You pay directly through the app and you can feel at ease.
The great thing is that it's super fast. You call with the app and within 2 minutes someone arrives right away, and it costs very little. We'll talk about the cost later too. Speaking of apps, the most essential one is Alipay. Download Alipay. Inside there's a currency converter so you can know roughly how much you're spending. The ability to pay anywhere, because here you don't use cash, you use Alipay. On the second street, you pay with Alipay. Download Alipay, add your card, and link it to your account. Inside Alipay, there's also the Didi app integrated. So if you want, you can just keep Alipay and do everything with it.
in China. You don't even need to bring cash to exchange. You just use the app and pay exclusively with the app, which is something that you can't find anywhere else.
We've visited 30 countries, but this is the first time we haven't exchanged any euros in cash. So this is convenient because it also helps us save on exchange fees. Speaking of essential apps, there are two more. So the first is Olafly, which is the eSIM. With this eSIM, you'll have internet everywhere, and it comes with an integrated VPN. What does this mean? That generally in China, apps like Instagram and Google don't work? With Olafly's integrated VPN, almost everything works. There's also the possibility to have unlimited data, so you really won't have any internet problems at all. Which, by the way, I remind you, is essential for traveling in China in A. Another essential thing to have when you travel in China, but not just in China, but all over the world, is travel insurance. You never know if you might trip, break an elbow, break a leg, or have your backpack stolen.
You get food poisoning.
You have to go to the hospital, your shirt gets stolen, anything could happen. It's essential to have travel insurance. For a while now, we've been relying on Daemondo, who is also the sponsor of this video. Luckily, we've never had serious problems. The toll-free number is available 24/7, so you can contact them anytime and get a prompt response. Thank you, Daemondo, for keeping us looking good and safe. I'll leave the link below with the most up-to-date discount code. This way I help you save money too. How good am I for helping you save money? Let's get to the general information about a trip to China.
If you come for a maximum of 15 days, you don't need a visa. You just need a passport with at least 6 months of validity.
You arrive, fill out their form, get their card, enter for 15 days, and you're set.
Is now a good time to visit this country?
It's the right time to visit this country because the costs are low. For example, we spent 500 euros for a direct round trip from Venice to Shanghai, so very little. Hotels are also quite cheap if you want. I recommend trying to book higher end hotels because here you never know with the police and everything else how things are.
Even hotels above 4 stars are quite affordable.
Food is very cheap. You can manage with 7 or 8 euros. There are options for any budget. Taxi costs are very, very low. Getting around is really cheap, and even domestic flights are inexpensive.
Experiences are generally affordable. You can buy the ticket directly on site for the experience you want to do, or directly on trip.com. The important thing is that the app is set to English, so you can buy the tickets.
Despite the low cost, we still managed to spend quite a sum on a hotel, for one hotel in particular, which is the one in the Shanghai Tower, which is the highest hotel in the world. If you haven't seen the previous video, I invite you to watch it because the experience is really worth it. The cost was high though.
It was worth it.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime chance. Can you do it?
At least let's end on a high note.
Right, let's finish the trip on a high note. Other general advice. Be patient because there are a lot of Chinese people. You'll find lines everywhere. Be aware that the Chinese in line will cut in front of you. They will shout. The Chinese in line will push you, so be patient because they don't have the same culture as we do. As for etiquette, manners, be prepared because they will sneeze, burp, and shout.
You need to get used to it for a moment.
Really get used to it. They'll snap, but that's just how it is. I'm telling you, be prepared.
But I have to praise them. In general, we've always found the streets and cities to be very, very clean. Everything very clean, no problems at all. Even eating street food, we've never had any issues and it's clean.
Maybe also thanks to the probiotics, but well.
Absolutely. The key thing, especially for him, here bathrooms are everywhere.
Everywhere, literally, you can leave feeling full and still end up needing relief. The only thing is that you'll find toilet paper outside the bathroom and you can get it for free by using the QR code. Communication with the Chinese.
Most people, including hotel receptionists, don't speak English or make an effort to communicate in English. But they even use a translator themselves to explain what they want to say to you. So download Google Translate offline because you'll use it a lot. Oh,
you speak Italian, they speak Chinese, but you'll still understand each other, especially for things like directions or restaurant reviews. Don't use Google Maps. It's outdated, lacks information, and doesn't work well.
Places, in my opinion, just aren't there at all.
We didn't rely on the iPhone Maps. And the Maps.me app can also be downloaded offline, so you can check it out between one and the other. It's like Google Maps. Did we more or less find our way?
One last thing, be prepared for how intrusive they can be. Because since China is a very close country, they're not really used to seeing many Westerners. I've seen more Westerners in 2 hours in Shanghai than in 2 weeks elsewhere in China. Expect to be stared at. But above all, they're also intrusive. They take pictures or approach me for a photo or video, and they've touched me everywhere. Beautiful. It happened to us.
Several times?
I didn't think it was possible, but that's how it is. They ask to take a picture with you.
Yes, some people look at you badly, some look at you well, some hate you, some love you. It's a unique country. You have to adapt and accept that this is how it is. The Chinese may nearly spit on you, push you, or shout randomly, but that's also the beauty of traveling. It's still a place untouched by tourism, so we recommend visiting soon, within a couple of years, because maybe after that it will become more developed for tourists.
Remember to check the time of year if you plan to travel to China. Not for the holidays we have in Europe or Western countries, but for the ones they have there. So don't go during the times when they might have holidays, because do the Chinese go on vacation on holiday within their own country?
No, it's late November, but we're still wearing short sleeves. It's nice.
Full of people.
It's so crowded, you can't imagine. I wonder how it is during the holidays.
Also because right now, in fact, there shouldn't be any holidays. So avoid the times when the Chinese are on
Vacation?
on holiday.
If you have questions, curiosities, or anything else, please make sure to write below. If you haven't seen the other videos, we invite you to watch them. I hope they're useful for everyone. See you in the next video. Okay, that's all for now. Over to you.
Back to the studio.
Back to the studio. Hello.